This week's episode of WWE Monday Night Raw was nothing short of electrifying, jam-packed with action, emotional storytelling, high-stakes developments, and surprising twists that continue to shape the road to Night of Champions in Saudi Arabia. The night began with a thrilling King of the Ring semi-final matchup that pitted two of WWE's most beloved superstars, Cody Rhodes and Jey Uso, against each other in a match that had all the makings of an instant classic. These two have built up immense fan followings, and their clash was a true showcase of athleticism, intensity, and storytelling. From the opening bell, the energy was off the charts, with both Rhodes and Uso exchanging rapid counters, dramatic reversals, and a series of near-falls that left the WWE universe breathless. Jey Uso, known for his high-impact offense and quick feet, delivered multiple super kicks that rocked Rhodes, and he followed up with consecutive spears that nearly ended the match on several occasions. But Cody, showing his tenacity and ring IQ, rallied back. In one of the match's standout moments, he ascended the ropes to deliver an incredible top-rope Cody cutter that shifted the tide in his favor. Moments later, Rhodes capitalized by hitting the crossroads and pinned Uso to secure his place in the King of the Ring final, officially punching his ticket to Saudi Arabia's Night of Champions. The win was monumental for Rhodes not just because it puts him one step away from being crowned King of the Ring, but because of who he faces next, his longtime friend, mentor, and former Legacy stablemate, Randy Orton. This upcoming clash between Rhodes and Orton promises to be deeply emotional and steeped in history. The two share over a decade of personal and professional legacy, dating back to their days alongside Ted DiBiase Jr. as the faction Legacy. That history adds a layer of depth to their meeting that cannot be replicated in a potential Orton versus Uso match, which, while exciting, would lack that rich emotional foundation. Both Rhodes and Orton have grown into main event level superstars, and now their paths converge once more, this time as rivals on the grand stage, competing not just for glory but for a guaranteed shot at the world title at SummerSlam. Despite the loss, Jey Uso remained composed. Instead of letting disappointment consume him, he showed grace and respect, acknowledging Cody Rhodes after the match in a moment that highlighted the sportsmanship and mutual admiration between the two men. That handshake reinforced their brotherhood and proved that some bonds in WWE are unbreakable, even when career opportunities hang in the balance. Still, Jey's future is clouded with uncertainty. While his singles push has been commendable, recent developments suggest that his momentum may be slowing down. With major shifts happening on SmackDown, including the shocking betrayal of Solo Sikoa by Jacob Fatu and Jimmy Uso's surprising decision to align with Fatu, speculation is now swirling about Jey's potential involvement in the escalating bloodline civil war. The reformation of a united Uso front, Jey and Jimmy standing together, could be a huge moment, especially if other dangerous players like the Tonga brothers or Hikuleo enter the equation. Jey's addition to this storyline could elevate it to the next level and cement his role in one of WWE's most emotionally charged sagas. Adding further intrigue to Cody Rhodes' evolution was his use of a submission move that left the audience stunned. In a bold departure from his usual moveset, Rhodes applied a Kimura lock during his match with Uso, a technique most famously associated with Brock Lesnar. The move didn't secure the victory, but it immediately generated buzz across the WWE universe, with fans speculating whether this was a one-time homage to his previous feud with Lesnar or a subtle signal of unfinished business. The symbolism was not lost on viewers, who now wonder whether Lesnar might resurface to confront Rhodes down the line, setting up another blockbuster confrontation. Meanwhile, the geopolitical backdrop of the upcoming Night of Champions event in Saudi Arabia added a real-world layer of tension to WWE storytelling. For weeks, there had been concern over whether the event would go forward due to mounting conflict between Israel and Iran, threatening travel and safety for WWE staff. However, a surprising announcement by US President Donald Trump changed everything. Via social media, Trump confirmed that both nations had reached a ceasefire agreement, ending what he termed a 12-day war. With tensions cooling, WWE's travel plans to Saudi Arabia regained traction, bringing renewed optimism for Night of Champions. According to reports from PW Insider, much of WWE's production team had already been on the ground in Riyadh since early June, actively preparing the venue. Despite some staff being temporarily stuck at Doha Airport in Qatar due to airspace restrictions, The reopening of civilian travel routes has largely resolved those concerns. Still, not all is well behind the scenes. Reports suggest a significant portion of WWE's roster remains uneasy about traveling to Saudi Arabia amid ongoing uncertainty. Some talent are reportedly hesitant to commit fully until they receive further assurances from management regarding safety and travel logistics. WWE has yet to make an official announcement, but industry insiders report that the company remains cautiously optimistic about moving forward with the event. Brian Alvarez of F4 noted that WWE was still within a window to cancel the event without breaching contract terms, adding to the drama surrounding this high-profile show. Elsewhere on Raw, the fallout from last week's savage attack on LA Knight continued to unfold. Knight was decimated by Braun Breaker and Bronson Reed in an assault that left him barely able to move. Michael Cole provided an official injury update, stating that Knight had suffered a separated rib cartilage and a bruised sternum. While clearly part of an ongoing storyline, WWE has leveraged this injury angle to generate sympathy for Knight and deepen his current feud with Seth Rollins' faction. Whether this is a temporary pause or a critical turning point in his rising career remains to be seen, but fans are already speculating about what's next for Knight. The self-proclaimed architect of WWE, Seth Rollins, made his presence felt with a provocative in-ring promo. Embracing his trademark arrogance, Rollins declared himself the cornerstone of modern WWE, claiming responsibility for the rise of Reigns, Punk, and even Cody Rhodes. He also took verbal jabs at John Cena and Gunther, framing himself as the final boss that everyone else is chasing. His promo wasn't groundbreaking in content but was delivered with such conviction and confidence that it still resonated strongly with the crowd. Rollins' message was clear. He sees himself as the thread connecting every major moment in WWE today, and he won't be overshadowed by anyone. Later in the night, Bron Breakker took on Penta in what turned out to be one of the most physically intense matches of the evening. Both superstars pushed each other to their limits, delivering hard-hitting action that blended high-flying offense with brutal power moves. Penta nearly sealed the win with his signature Mexican Destroyer, but Breakker countered mid-air with a crushing spear that turned him the victory. After the match, Rollins warned Penta to stay out of his business, adding another layer to this ongoing feud. Penta seemed to tweak his leg during the match but finished.